Tyranny. One person takes power by force. During the mid-600s BCE, people in many Greek city-states relied on the men who had promised to change the government. These men, who forced the oligarchs from power, were called tyrants. In a tyranny, the ruling power belongs solely to one individual who is not a lawful king. A tyranny is sometimes called a dictatorship, and a tyrant is another name for a dictator. This form of government in ancient Greece lasted until about 500 BCE. A tyranny differs from a monarchy in several ways. First, tyrants cannot claim that the laws of the land give them the right to rule. Also, there are no legal limits on tyrants' powers. Additionally, the children of tyrants do not typically inherit their father's powers. Although tyrants in ancient Greece were likely to take and maintain control by force, they were often popular. Most Greek tyrants were military leaders who gained the support of the people by guaranteeing them more rights. Once they were in power, many Greek tyrants implemented changes that improved the lives of the poor. Some even canceled the debts of struggling farmers, while others were hostile to aristocrats and confiscated their land. Some tyrants, though, did not use their power to help the people. Hippias, the last tyrant to rule the city-state of Athens, is one example. Along with his brother Hipparchus, Hippias ruled well at first, but then two enemies of the brothers murdered Hipparchus. From then on, Hippias ruled more harshly. He paid spies to report anyone who criticized him. His rule continued to become increasingly cruel. Finally, the people drove him from power. Soon after, Athens would try another form of government, one that divided power among all the people. Democracy. All citizens share power. Around 500 BCE, the people of Athens were the first in Greece to attempt to govern themselves. They developed a form of government called democracy, or rule by the people. In a democracy, all citizens share in the ruling power. Ancient Greek democracy differed from democracies today. The government of Athens was a direct democracy, in which every citizen is allowed to vote on every issue. Unlike Athens, the United States is a representative democracy. In this type of government, people may vote for representatives, who then decide issues on behalf of the people. How did direct democracy function in Athens? The city had an assembly or lawmaking group. With the assembly, any free man could speak and vote on a new possible law or a proposal to declare war. Free men also controlled the city's daily business. However, not all Greeks believed that democracy was a beneficial type of government. Powerful speakers sometimes persuaded ordinary citizens to vote unwisely. Frequently, an assembly reversed important decisions after merely a few weeks. Conflicts like these led most city-states to return to earlier forms of government, such as dictatorships and oligarchies. Regardless, the idea that people can and should rule themselves would survive. In time, the ideal of democracy would become one of the great gifts from ancient Greece to the modern world.